Hey y'all, and welcome back to Growing an Essay. And I'm Shamonn, y'all. So today is going to be a day that I am breaking it up into parts by making sure that I'm cleaning out the chicken coop as a overall, and to clean out the chicken brooders area, which is like a mini coop that we put inside the large one. It gives them space until I'm able to build a like a stand up chicken brooder so that I can go ahead on and I can do eggs starting next year. So for now, we have the small coop in there that we have the little baby chicks in. They are about 2.5, 3 weeks old. And I'm pretty excited because they're starting to feather out a little bit. So they don't need a light. And the days have been pretty warm. So we're not having to worry about having a light or electricity over this way yet. Next year, that's going to be a huge possibility that we're able to put electricity over here and be able to brood inside the chicken coop or have like an extra area so that I can make sure that I'm able to hatch chickens, little baby chicks, and stuff like that. So, like I said, on days where it's going to be hot, I break up the task into, parts of the day where I can come out here so that I'm not having to do everything at one time. And that kind of helps me out. So, I'll show you guys what I do with the baby chicks first, and then we'll go ahead on and take care of the larger chickens area. All right, y'all. For the baby chicks, what I normally do is there's an actual tray on this little coop. All I do is we have them down at the very bottom during the daytime so they can get sunlight and get acquainted with the bigger hens and one rooster that we do have. I say LT is a rooster, but he's really not. He can't. There's only two hens here that he can mount and like fertilize an actual egg, but everybody else is way too big for him to be able to do anything, but he tries. We are looking for like a larger rooster, but that's not that old. It may be in these little chicks that we do have. We're going to have to wait, obviously, until they're older, but for the most part, we'll be able to have an actual rooster. These are guaranteed to be females, hens. So we shall see. One is acting. I mean, really, it's a black sex link, but it really acts like a rooster. So we'll see. Or it's going to be a very dominant hen. But for the baby chicks, what we normally do is take out the tray that is in this little mobile coop, dump it, and make sure that we're cleaning it off, wash it off, and then we put clean wood chips in there. We move the baby chicks from inside of the top part of the coop to the bottom portion so that we can clean it out. And then we'll move them back up before the evening to make sure that they're up safe and sound from anything being able to attack them. In case something does get into the coop, it's just to make sure that like we're taking care of the chicks as best we can. Also with the big chicks too. But the big chicks, pretty much, if something medium size was to get in here, I think the hens would be able to take care of them with no problems whatsoever. But with the babies, they're not really able to fend for themselves right now. So yeah, it's best to kind of keep them under lock and key to make sure that they're safe. Plus, I don't want money to be just going down the drain for no reason whatsoever. If we can protect them, we will protect them and protect our investment, obviously. But we clean out their waters probably 2 or 3 times during the day, only because they like to kick and scratch a lot. So it goes into their water. But the food normally stays pretty clean. We don't normally have any problems with that. They do a lot of wasting of the food based off of these little chick feeders and waterers. But once they move up to the big one, it's hard for them to kick any feed out of these. These are the ones that we're actually using. It has this front area right here where they can just put their heads down in there and they can eat their food. And there's one on each side here. And the same thing for this feeder. I think it's called Rent-A-Coop is where I got this one here from. But they're great. And then over here is the waterer. The waterer has like 4 of those, the cups. And they know how to use those and have no problems. Plus, the water just comes in there when they Ew, Tiny, that's nasty. I don't know if y'all saw her would get that. But she's over there pooping in the corner, and she was laying there trying to stay cool. But um, yeah. But this waterer works also. I got them both. It was like a deal. These two on Amazon. They've been working for like the last 2 years. I haven't had to replace them because they don't have any cracks. The seams on here are awesome and don't have any problems. The seam on this one here though, as you can see right here, is starting to like separate. So I'll probably be replacing those with the Rent-A-Coop ones that I already got from Amazon. So I'll be getting replacements just to make sure everybody has food and access to the food and stuff like that. Because, like I said, it's really hard to kind of make sure that you're keeping your chicks and your big chicks separated until they're able to be big enough to be able to be included into their pecking order to make sure they don't get pecked to death. But with them being able to see them down below and be amongst them without having access to them, it kind of helps out when we do integrate them in. And like I said, there'll still be a pecking order. They're still going to get pecked just so they can make sure that they're in the order that they're supposed to. The older chicks obviously are at the top of the pecking order. Sometimes they're not. It depends on if they're, no longer laying or starting to get sick or whatever. And then they'll move down the pecking order. But for the most part, the older chicks will be at the top of the pecking order, and the new chicks will be down at the bottom. So here goes the footage of me cleaning out the baby chicks area, and I'll go ahead on and show you how I actually use the rake to kind of sort these pine shavings in here, and then I'll add some fresh on top, and that kind of like keeps the scent down and keeps it refreshed. And then it has not been 6 months yet since I put the new shavings in here, but once 6 months comes around, I'll sweep everything out, put it over in my compost pile, which that's 6 months of it sitting in here, but put it over in my compost pile, and then I'll be able to use that in my garden. So let me show you the footage now. Enjoy. Hey, little cutie booties. Hey. Hey, little cutie patooties. Come on, cutie patooties. Come on, babies. Come on. Come on. Come on, Brownie, y'all. I'm gonna need his help. Come on, girls. Come on, sweetheart. Come on, babies. I need your help. Go. Get on out there.
You help getting them?
Yeah, they're on the other end. If you're over there, then I can grab them from this side if they'll run this way.
They fast?
Yeah, they fast.
How many you get?
Hey, baby. No. Shh. One more. Come here. Come here.
Is it Sasha?
I can't tell who it is. Ow! Little nails. Come here. Man, you got some big old feet. I think you're a boy. Oh, look at real feathers coming in. I think it's a boy.
Yep, multicolored. And yep. Could be a boy.
Go ahead. Just so y'all know, normally I use gloves, but I'm not going to be touching anything this time around. And I normally use a mask, like the old mask from COVID times. I'll use a mask like that, and that kind of keeps the fumes down. But I have the doors open, and I don't feel like I'm breathing anything in right now. But if I do, I will stop and put my mask on. So just so y'all know, you can get respiratory illness whenever you're dealing with chickens. Especially if you're like breathing in the dander and poop, because there's a lot of poop in here. But like I said, and some people are allergic to like pine shavings and the dust that comes from it. So just make sure you're using protection for yourself. I don't need it right now because, like I said, I have this door over here and a door right here, and of course there's ventilation all around the top in here, and I really don't need it right now. It depends on how much shavings I have in here. Sometimes I'll put 2 to 3 bags in here because that's how big of space this is. I normally get my the pine shavings and the flakes from Tractor Supply, and that kind of helps me out with cost because you know, stuff is getting more expensive. And yeah, so you just gotta do what you can and with the amount that you have, and to make sure that you're at least taking care of the animals that you have, or you need to give them somebody who can, just so you know. But this portion is done. Normally I just make sure that I'm mixing it up, and then I'll put the fresh flakes on top of this, where I've spread it out and made sure that it looks good and is good enough for the chickens. They're gonna come in here and scratch around on this, so I gotta work quickly. So, and they're already trying to come in, so let me go ahead on and get that done, and then we'll chat again after this. All right, y'all. So I'm about to lay the shavings in here right now. For right now, this is the ones that I normally buy. I need to go to Tractor Supply and get some more, but it's this one right here. I like the Flake. It's the white bag, not the yellow bag, and this one is the premium one. So kind of pay attention to that. I don't really know. I think the only difference in the two is that the yellow one has more dust with it. And then I think the shavings are like bigger. They're not flakes. So these are smaller. It helps them to kind of, for me, I think it helps to kind of bring down the clumps of the poop or whatever and make it so that it's not so watery in here. I mean, their poop is not normally watery, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's not where you can step on it and bring it somewhere else. They're normally pretty solid, I guess you want to say, but it helps with, it goes onto each one of those flakes so that it doesn't get on your feet and you're walking everywhere with it on the bottom of your feet like an actual piece of poop. I know, too much information, y'all. I know it's too much information, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of this down, and then I'm gonna spread it out. And normally what happens is, while I'm kicking it around in here, the chickens normally come in and they kind of help me because they think I'm scratching also. I guess I look like a hen, I don't know, or they think I'm mama hen. Y'all, these bags is heavy too, just so y'all know. And then also what I was saying about it keeps down on the, all right, y'all. So like I was telling you that it is low odor, and that keeps all of the chicken odors down up in here. Normally I'll also use sweet coop in here. Right now I don't have to use that because pretty much with the flakes it just smells like pine in here. And like I was telling you, they will come and help me because they think that we're scratching around in here looking for something, so which is awesome. But let me show you what I'm talking about. So they will come in here and they will scratch through this with me. And pretty much what they're doing is looking for bugs, anything I've unearthed from the bottom, from actually raking it in here. They'll be looking for bugs to eat them, or if there's any baby mice in here, they'll get those too, because no matter what, in sealing up the coop and stuff like that, since we don't come out here until later at night to close it up, mice may get in here and try to put their babies in here. But yeah, these chickens will make sure that they take care of that. So I don't normally have a problem. So like I was saying, guys, it is very hot in here, and I try to break up the task in here. As you can see, my hair is like a hot mess now, and I'm sweating up a storm. But at least it's done, and I don't have to worry about it for another 2 or 3 weeks. I do it every 2 or 3 weeks or once a month to make sure that I'm keeping up on it and it's not getting too bad and being too much on me whenever I do have to do it. And then I've also put some clean shavings in their actual nest boxes over here. I have an actual little pad down at the bottom, but they like the shavings and laying on the shavings and being able to scratch in there to find them a nice spot to lay. So I just put the shavings in there also, which kind of helps out. But it's hot in here now, so it's time for me to go. And thank y'all for watching and coming along on this journey. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Be blessed. Bye, y'all.